Welcome to ChibiTales. You never have to wait in line to watch our videos. Today we're covering r/MaliciousCompliance. Our first story for the day comes from user Caravan of Capybaras, where for some reason an old lady decides to police an express checkout lane. On Thursday, my dad was holding his annual 4th of July cookout when disaster struck. He was low on cinnamon. He takes his barbecue rub very seriously, and this would not do. He needed to prep the food, my mom needed to watch my little sister, and my older brother was in the middle of an overly competitive frisbee game. I didn't have anything to do but mill around, waiting for my girlfriend and her family to get there in an hour. So I was the one drafted for that most horrible of tasks, going to the grocery store on a holiday. I dodged the army of dads doing last-second shopping for cookout essentials, grabbed the cinnamon, and head to the express counter. Every other line is packed with dads loaded with hundreds of items to a cart, and there's only one 7 items or less express checkout open. There's only 2 people in front of me, a dad type and a Karen-looking grandma type. This is where drama erupts, as old lady notices that dad type has shock, horror, 8 items. You don't belong in this line. You have too many items. Sorry, I'm in a rush and 3 of these are doubles. 8 is more than 7. Those are the rules. Go to the regular line. Oh god. Okay. Alright. 8 is more than 7. Those are the rules. Go to the regular line. I'm not gonna spend 30 minutes online over one item. This will only take... I don't care! You think rules don't apply to you? Get out of this line! Look, I would have been done by now if you... Get out! Or I'm calling the manager! The dad sighs and takes a bottle of soda off the conveyor belt. Old lady smirks a satisfied smirk. The dad type has his groceries scanned and pays. And this is where the malicious compliance kicks in. The dad then picks up a bottle of soda and says, I'd also like to pay for this. The cashier starts a new transaction, rings him up for a single item, and he pays and leaves. And it was as if boss music started playing as he walked away. He only wound up delaying the old lady and me by less than a minute, but the look on her face when she realized what he had just done was priceless. Now that was some sweet, sweet justice served up dad style, with extra cinnamon. If you were stuck on a desert island and you got to pick only 7 items from the supermarket, what would you pick? Comment below and let me know. Our next story comes from user Business Owl, where we learn if a woman wants her ice, you give her the goddamn ice. Recently, I went to the city center with my kids and a couple other moms and their kids. The kids were having a blast playing in the big fountain, and I figured they'd be getting hungry soon. It turns out, I forgot to bring the lunch I packed. Not a problem. I really didn't want to stand in line for a half hour at the packed food court nearby, so I pulled up the Starbucks app on my phone to order a couple of sandwiches and drinks for pickup. I ended up ordering $32 worth of food and drinks. But one of the moms asked me to also get ice water, and another one wanted a cup of ice. There's no way to order those on the app, but I've just asked for these things at the counter when picking up my order previously, and I figured it wouldn't be a problem this time either. I waited the 4 to 7 minutes the app said it would take, and walked over to the food court to get my order, which was just being finished when I walked in. I asked if I could please also have ice water and a cup of ice with my order. The barista told me, in the bitchiest way possible, I can't do that. We just might run out of ice. So my options were a small cup of tepid water or buying a bottle of water. I thought this was a little unreasonable because it's not as if I hadn't purchased something already. But I'm not one to throw a fit in public, no matter how much I might want to. So I went and stood in line to place another order. When it was my turn, I calmly ordered a Trenta Black iced tea, no tea and no sweetener, and a Grande Black iced tea, no tea, no sweetener, no water, then calmly stood in line again and waited for my order to be done. The bill came up to a grand total of $0. Here's the kicker. When I placed this second order, I fully intended to pay full price for these new teas. But it just so happened that they were for free. Unfortunately, it wasn't the same barista making my order this time. So I didn't get that sweet satisfaction. And it did take an extra 10 minutes out of my day. But damn it, did I get my ice water and cup of ice. Wow, in the time she spent waiting for her ice water and cup of ice, she could have watched a ChibiTales video. Can someone tell her about us for future reference? What's your favorite Starbucks story? Tell me all about it in the comments below. Our last story comes from user Okie Spy, where a college's stupid printing policy results in an attack of cat memes? Like most colleges, the university that I went to had a lot of bullshit fees. Most of these were inevitable, but we also had a printing fee for us to use the printers around campus. Effectively, we were required to pay $25 at the beginning of each semester and would be deducted for each page we printed, which was less than a penny per page. Fast forward to my senior year. Before we graduate, we are required to do an exit interview with our financial counselor to understand our balance and repayment plans. That's when I noticed I still had around $90-ish on my printing balance. Obviously, I didn't want to pay for something I didn't use, so I asked how I'll get that money back. Apparently, there's simply no way they could reimburse me and that I may still need to print paper before graduating. That's when they f***ed up. Let me rewind a bit. If you were on campus Wi-Fi, you had access to any public printer on campus at any given time. That means if the library was out of paper, I could print to my dorms and pick it up on the way to my room. Let me reiterate. I could print to any of the 30+ printers on campus no matter what my location was. Sure enough, my counselor was right. I did have to print something before graduating. I had to print this over 400 times on each printer simultaneously. I recently learned that they have a new printing policy now. You know, the lesson I've learned from this is that a cat meme is worth $90 no matter what the context, and it deserves all of it. What's your favorite cat page on Instagram? Do us all a favor and leave the handle in the comments below. That was r/MaliciousCompliance. And if you liked this video, be sure to smash that like button and share this video with your friends because it really helps my channel grow. And if you'd like to see more malicious compliance stories brought to life, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon so you don't miss my next video. Whoops, I guess this video is running out of cartridge. Better say my goodbye.